Let's make a St. Patrick's Day swag.
Okay, we're going to start by attaching pipe cleaners here to a yardstick. Okay, so I've already done this. So you're at the 2-inch mark, you're going to do 2. So one facing one way and one facing the other. And then you're going to go over 4 inches and do 1, and then over 4 inches and do 2. And you're going to repeat that all the way down the yardstick. Now this is a really old yardstick, it had like paint on it and stuff, but it doesn't matter because we're not going to be able to see it. And then you're going to grab your deco mesh. Now I ended up using about 2.5 of each one of these colors, and then I used a bunch of Dollar Tree ribbon as well. Now I did learn how to make this from my friend Andrea Peacock, and so I will link her video as well. Now this does work better with the longer mesh. I believe this mesh is like 6 or 8 inches tall, and it works much better with like the 10-inch mesh. So I say get that mesh. Of course, you know, Dollar Tree is quick and accessible, but you're going to have a much fluffier swag than if you're using a Dollar Tree. But this is going to be a completely Dollar Tree swag wreath, so we're going for it. And also, I am obsessed with this like rainbow one. It's in their St. Patrick's Day section, and I could only find 2 rolls, and I went to 5 Dollar Trees trying to find more. So anyhow, as you can see here, I am going to do 2 of each color, and I'm just rolling them up. And just to keep kind of my hands free, I'm using a little clip here, but when I end up going along, I was able to do them without having to clip each layer. Now I did cut these in 10-inch pieces. So, and then I said, like, you'll have 4 of these bundles all together. And what I like is that the pipe cleaners are already on your stick, so it makes it so easy to attach these. And so they're going to go right down into the yardstick. So here I'm showing you the ones that go to the side. So you just lay it down in there and twist your pipe cleaner. So easy. Then I cut all my ribbons in 8-inch pieces. And in hindsight, I could probably have done 10 inches. So it's up to you how far out you want your ribbons to go. So between 8 and 10 inches. So I did a whole bunch of different patterns, and then I also dovetailed each one of those. And as you can see here in my little basket, I can just grab out 3 different ones. So I just crisscross them like this, and then I pinch them in the middle, and then I'm going to lay them right on top of the mesh, and then just twist that pipe cleaner. So easy. I do this all the way down. Now this is where I'm telling you that if you would use the bigger deco mesh that you can find at any of your craft stores, it's gonna be fluffier. So when I finished doing this, I was like, this thing is pretty like straight, and I wanted more fluff to it. So I actually end up going back and adding more pipe cleaner. So this is what it looks like. So you can see it's very, you know, it doesn't stick out very much. So I go and I add the more pipe cleaners, and I just use my staple gun there, and I make it so that when I put them in there, they're going to fluff out farther. So this isn't so skinny. But if you use the bigger mesh, then it's already going to fluff out. And if you go look at Andrea's, you will see she used the bigger mesh. This is my first time making one of these. I've seen these cool things around, you know, I see them on Etsy and stuff, and I was like, how do they make them? So I did some research. I watched several videos. I found Andrea's to be the best, and Andrea is a friend of mine, so I was like, shout out to her. So you see how much fluffier that is now that I added those extra ones. And so this is what you are left with. It's so gorgeous. Now, this could also be a table centerpiece. I'm making it a wreath, like a swag, so I'm decorating it a little different. If you were doing it as a table center piece, you would, you know, you probably wouldn't hang your bows and stuff quite the same. So this is my favorite bow that I've been making. It's so simple. When you have just a pattern that's on both sides, it's really easy. But I'm just going to make 3 loops, and I'm going to make them at the 6-inch mark. And then as I use these different patterns, I'm going to make the loops smaller as I go so that we will have this big fluffy bow. So here you'll see this patterned one. So in order to keep the pattern going, once you hit the middle, you twist. Okay, so this is going to always keep the pattern on the outsides of your bows. So I'm just twist and flip and twist, and I'm doing 3 loops on both sides of these. Now I do end up making 2 different bows because we're going to have one on the top and one on the bottom. So I did one a little bit bigger for the bottom than I did for the top because I wanted to put more on this wreath, and I didn't want the bow to overtake it. And I don't know if you can still consider this a wreath. Do wreaths have to be like circles? Because I still consider this like a wreath swag. That's what I'm calling it. And I just love, I think that even though they're a little bit thinner and not the best quality, Dollar Tree really has some amazing ribbons. Like, look how cute these patterns are. The only one here that's not Dollar Tree was that plaid one that's in the background, and that's just because I had it in my stash and I'm gonna use it up. But all the rest of them are from Dollar Tree. This rainbow one is my favorite. I used it a lot of it. Oh, so also for the bows, I used 1 roll, so I needed a roll for the bow, and then I needed 1 roll for the actual swag that we did in the last step. So that is how much ribbon you're going to need. It's so easy there, and then now here's the fun part. You fluff it. It's, again, so easy. So you can see that my ribbon that's closest to the top, those were a little bit shorter, so those will be like, you'll be able to see the other ones behind it. If you do them all the same length, some of the patterns and stuff get lost. And then like I said, I make another one, but I didn't record that one because I used the same process. Now you can grab any sign from Dollar Tree that you like. I knew I wanted to use this hat at the top, like just coming out of the top of it. Originally, I did use this rainbow one in the middle, but there was just something about it, something about the colors of it. It just kept bothering me the whole time. So I do attach it, but then towards the end, you'll see that it's missing because I took it off. It wasn't vibing correctly. Okay, so here is the bow I made, and I'm going to kind of play with it to see where I'm going to want it because I do want that top hat there to show at the top. So this particular little sign, it has holes in it to hang, right? So I'm going to just take pipe cleaners and feed it through those holes and use those to attach it, and then also some hot glue to just glue it down to give it extra adherence down. So I've had this on my door for about a week now. It has stormed. It's held up really well. So we are doing good. You'll see those 2 shamrocks to the side. Those are, again, from Dollar Tree. Basically everything on here is pretty much from Dollar Tree. I'm going to add those to this and then add a couple other Dollar Tree items. This is what's so fun about making these bigger over-the-top swags is how much stuff you can add to them. And, you know, it can seem gaudy, but and this is what I'm so bummed about is that you can't see it in person. I just feel like it's just doesn't do it justice seeing it here on camera. It's so fun, and I drive up to my house and I see it hanging on my front door, and it takes up like my whole front door, and it's just so much fun. I love it. And so again, I'm just going to attach some things here, and I'll just kind of let you watch that. Okay, these shamrocks are also from Dollar Tree. I thought the easiest way to get them in here is just by adding a skewer to them and then just pushing them down into the wreath. And so then when I'm done, I flip it over and I think I took some ribbon or something and I kind of just glued it a little bit more in the back, so just so I knew they would stay really well. But this was made a little easier to put them in. I have these little ornaments from Michael's. They were in one of my grab bags, so I thought, well, let's use those up. So to cover up where the pipe cleaners are, I just added these. They're super easy. You just string them through, and then you can hide the pipe cleaner right underneath it. So I added a few of those. And then also, these are also from Dollar Tree, so I could just put some of those in as well. So much fun. There's so many cute things you can add. But again, this is one of my favorites, and and you can make this for absolutely any holiday, every day. I think it'll be so fun if I make like a farmhouse one for all year. Maybe put welcome on it, and then I just took that pipe cleaner there and I stapled it to the back, so that is my hanger. And this is how it turned out. Isn't it so fun? Again, I really wish you could see it in person, but it really makes me so happy, and I really enjoyed it, and I hope you did too. I would love to hear your thoughts on these kind of swag wreaths, so let me know down in the comments. And until next time, happy crafting!